Namo Doi Savaryantam, Namo Doi Savaridanam, Namo Doi Savairiyam, Namo Doi Savujayam, Namo Doi Savatridavati Savanam, Omkara Mindu Sanyutta Nityam Jayanti Yogina, Kamadam Mokshadam Sri Omkaraya Namo Manganam Bhagavanayo Manganam Uttamam, Manganam Kunkundari Ujendram Usumangaram Namasanam Swanubhutya Jatha Siddhi Swadhay Bhavaya Vivaho Niyutanidhata.
Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Ariyantanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Aryanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Ujjanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Savanam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityan Dayanti Yoginam Kamadam Mokshadam Seva Omkaraya Namo Namah. Namah Samaysaraya Swanubhutya Chakasate Chit Sabhavaya Bhavaya Sarva Bhavantarachide Ajnanatimirandhanam Gnana Anjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayavantavarto Omkaranad Jinano Jayavantavarto Jinana Samo Sarana Sav Jayavantavarto Netirthachara Jagama Jayavantavarto Namo Tirthanayakane Namo Omkaranadane Omkara Sankaryotene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Aho upakara jinavarano kundano dvani divyano jina kunda dvani apya aho te guru kandano aho te bhagavati matano dhruva achalane anupamagati pamena sarve siddhane vandi kaho sutta kevali bhasita asamaya prabhrata are Om Eka Suddha Sada Arupi Jnana Darshanamay Kare Kai Anyate Maru Jari Paramanu Matra Nati Are Jamanitra Temaj Jnana Nati Karakanati Vedaka Are Jane Jakara Modaya Nirajara Bandate Majamokshane Om Namah Siddhibhyo Om Siddhibhyo Om Sri Suddhatmane Namaha. Jai Jinendra. Today is a Wednesday, March 15, 2017, and this is the first day of our daylight saving time, and I messed up with the time schedule because Ankit reminded me that last time we said that we will be starting at 8:30 p.m. New York time, but it just went out of my mind and I thought it was 9 o'clock New York time. So I'm sorry for that confusion. Next week onwards, we will meet at 8:30 p.m. New York time. And again, I'll send the email for that. And so that way we'll do it. Okay. All right. This confusion occurs because we never change time and we are only the same people in the whole entire country. That's why we get a max punishment here. Anyway, okay, so here we are on the stanza 11. We are the last part of the discussion of Amrit Chandra Acharya's Tika, and thereafter we'll be going through the Bhavat section, which will be further explanation section. So without further delay, I'll bring this slide from wherever the last time we stopped. Last time we gave a quick example, the example of the we give the example of the mud and muddy water and putting alum and all the things, and as a result, we just said the mud with the mud actually present in the water, which made the water muddy. The mud was fruition of deluding karma. muddy water was soul, salt with the inclination of attachment, etc., deluding state. So fruition of karma is there, and so soul gets its own soiling by having deluding state. So that way, having the fruition of karma and having the soiled soul, we are not able to perceive the eternal, pure nature of the indivisible soul substance, which is also present in that thing. But because of that deluding state, that eternal state is not being perceived. So over here, Acharya Bhagavan says that soul has never become impure. Eternal soul substance is the way it is all the time. Soul substance has never been changed. Only the thing changed is our perception. So serene, all-knowing virtue of the soul is not perceived, means nirmal gnayak bhav tirobhut thayo che. Tirobhut means it is made secondary. Water has never become dirty. So all-knowing eternal nature of the soul has never been disturbed, whether it's in the nigod or in 1 to 5 sense a living being, or any of the 4 gati that the soul keeps on transmigrating: heavenly soul, infernal soul, subhuman soul, human soul. All those souls, that has never been disturbed. Once we are using the alum in that dirty water, means here we take a pure point of view. One taking refuge in the pure point of view. What is a pure point of view? The mode directs attention to the eternal soul substance, and when it perceives the eternal soul substance, then it is called pure point of view. Remember, as we told several times before, that the mode, knowledge mode, is like a mirror. It reflects, it illuminates the eternal soul substance, as well as it also illuminates the alien object of the universe. Both the things are illuminated. But here, what do I want to see? Where do I want to put the attention? My faith is directed to the alien objects of the universe, and that's why the eternal soul substance, even though it's getting perceived in the mode, is getting subdued, is getting secondary in nature. One wants to go to work tomorrow. Well, what's going to be the weather? You open the TV, weather channel. If you're in New York, you're going to only look at the New York side. What's going to be the weather? That's it. Whole country's map is shown. It shows it's going to be so cold in New York and it's going to be so warm in Phoenix. You don't see about Phoenix. You don't register. It's there on the screen. But I had to go to work at 8 o'clock morning. I had to reach at 8 o'clock morning. So it's going to be too cold. It's going to be snowing. It's going to be lots of problems. So what time am I going to get out of the house? So that kind of attention I'm drawing to the TV screen. Same TV screen. And now I'm sick and tired of my weather with the 30 inches snow and everything. Now I said, I'm going to go to a warm place. So right away on the TV screen, what are the warm spots that I'm seeing? Because I want to go to a warm place. So here, everything is illuminated in the mode. But where is my priority? My priority since time infinite, I gave priority to my alien objects of the universe. I put mindness. I put my ownership on those objects. Even though when I'm in the nigod, lowest form of life, I have given the attention to physical body, which is, this is my body, this is my body, this is my, that kind of attention I used to give in the Nigod, and right now I'm doing the same thing. So eternal soul substance getting illuminated in the soul, knowledge more, but I am not getting known because my attention is focused to alien objects. So now what does Alam do? Alam says, take the attention from the alien objects and bring it to the eternal soul substance. So the Alam, use of Alam means pure point of view. Now my attention is directed to my eternal soul substance. So even though in my knowledge mode, the illumination of the alien objects are there, but now I say an important thing is for me to have attention to the eternal soul substance. So all the alien objects become secondary, and now my pure point of view means eternal soul substance becomes important. So Alam will be Suddha Nai Anusar Gnan. So knowledge is now according to the innate state. Dirt and water get separated with the Alam. So same thing here, diluting state and all our soul substance gets separated. Here is a Rag and here is a Gnan. This is the influence of attachment and this knowledge, they both get separated. In Samaysar, there is, I think, 289 Gatha or something like that. I'm not exactly sure about the number, but it says that Pragna chini thaki the chedata banne juda padi jase. Jiva banda banne niyat swabhav che. And all those things getting separated by sharpness of the knowledge. So knowledge makes this division of the alien objects and myself. So the Alam, which is the knowledge which divided those two things, and now I end up enjoying my eternal soul substance. So it gives an example, and with the example it tells us what I should be knowing. Having said that, now pure point of view. What is pure point of view?
Kirit uncle, can you go back to that slide 1 second?
Yes.
Just.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You want to discuss anything there, or you're okay? So he enjoys, the person ends up drinking the pure water, quenches his thirst. Same way, now the knowledge is directed to the eternal soul substance, then the experiencing occurs, and the super senses bliss is been getting experienced, and that is the way we had to do the discriminative science. That is the one in which the knowledge separates the alien object. Means over here, alien objects means deluding state, means eternal, means influence of attachment state, basically, because that is extremely closely related with the soul substance. Pure point of view, we kept on saying pure point of view. Again, we had to define pure point of view a little bit more carefully. The pure point of view means eternal true nature of the soul is called pure point of view from substance aspect. We'll be giving definition of a pure point of view from substance aspect and modal aspect. What does substance aspect mean? Pure eternal soul substance. For example, I had the ornaments and I want to sell those ornaments. Now gold prices are up, so I would like to cash it out, and so I want to sell the ornaments for whatever reason, for example. So what I do, I take the gold of all the ornaments out and try to see how much is gold within. Is it 10 grams, 1 ounce, 2 ounces, 10 ounces, whatever amount. And then I know how much gold I have. Even though I don't see gold, I see the necklace, I see the wristband, I see the ring and everything. Different ornaments are there. But now I'm looking as a presence of gold within. So when I'm looking at a gold only, that's called substance aspect. The soul is there, eternal soul is there, infinite attributes are there, modal aspect is there, pure modes are there, impure modes are there. That's a whole gamut of the soul substance. When I'm talking pure point of view, means substance aspect, out of all these things present in a given soul substance, I'm just looking at eternal soul substance. I make a division of the attribute secondary, impure modes at secondary, pure modes at secondary, only eternal soul substance, and that is called pure point of view. Now we are also looking at a modal aspect, that the more, remember, the eternal soul substance is inert, infinite attributes are inert, and only action, knowing action, faith action, conduct activity, all those activities are occurring in the modal aspect only. So when we say, I perceive the eternal soul substance, who did perceive? If I'm outside the soul, and talking about it, then soul perceived. But now I'm going inside the soul, and I said, wait a second, who did the action? Who is the culprit over here? Then mode says, so I'm the problem. I'm the problem means I did the action, because soul substance is inert, attributes are inert, and I am the mode which does all the function of knowing, and also I'm doing my ownership on the modes and everything. I become myself impure. I myself can become pure, but actions are occurring in the mode only. So what happens in modal aspect? The mode which directs the attention to the eternal soul substance is also known as pure point of view. You see, eternal soul substance is present forever in every souls, no matter whether it's a nigod soul, the soul which has never come out of the nigod, or the soul which is in a 1 to 5 senses lives. All those things, eternal soul substance is present, but it is never been perceived, because my attention was given to the alien objects of the universe. So now I bring my attention to the eternal soul. So who brought the attention? I brought it. I means what? Did the soul substance brought the attention? No, it's inert. Did the attributes bring this attention? No, the attributes are inert. Then who is bringing? Only the mode is bringing this attention. So mode is doing action of knowing, and that's why we call this mode as also eternal, pure point of view. So in reality, only eternal soul substance is a pure point of view, but who is looking at it? When somebody looks at it, then the action occurs. And that's why it's a mode. So we have to bring the modes in the picture. In this stanza, it wants to show indivisibility. And therefore, pure point of view is considered as eternal soul substance. Pure point of view deals only with indivisibility, only with unity. It does not show diversity. It does not show divisional aspect. It does not show transiency. It just shows indivisibility and eternity and unity. And that's why pure point of view considers only eternal soul substance, where it is one and there are no divisions. In terms of Vedanta philosophy, they believe that the two types of Vedanta philosophy believes two things in general, that this Advait philosophy and Advait philosophy. Advait means only one and one and one only. Eternal soul substance is one in the whole universe, and there is nothing more than that. So that's Advait. So here, this stanza, it says, pure point of view is eternal, indivisible, having unity. There is no transiency. And that is the subject of pure point of view. Pure point of view is considered as alum which has separated dirtiness from the water. Remember, this alum or this mode or this separation means the knowledge mode is making this separation. Sure, I am eternal soul substance forever, but when do I say that I am the
But
eternal
Kirit,
soul
uncle,
substance? Yes.
you wait. I lost you somewhere. So I thought the mode is making the separation or giving the attention. So now what is the alum doing?
The alum is making the water separate from the dirtiness to the purity, right?
But isn't that the same thing as the mode, or what is the
Yeah,
difference
it's a
there?
mode, same as a mode. So
Okay.
knowledge mode right now comes into action and says, wait a second. This is do you want eternal soul substance? Yes. Then you have to make division within that rag, increase of attachment, needs to be put on one side and eternal soul substance put on the other side. So you to make this division. Gurudev Sri kept on giving one example all the time that those people who just destroy the mountains. How do they destroy? It's a huge mountain. How do they destroy it? So they put the gunpowder in certain place. Those who are experienced in that work, they just go to the mountain and they find out that there is one brown thin line in the mountain. And that brown thin line separates two parts, lower part of the mountain, upper part of the mountain. And so he will put his dynamite in that brown line. And once the dynamite goes on, upper part gets separated, lower part gets separated. And so that's what happens. That the knowledge mode here finds a very thin line. Where is the eternal existence and where is the influence of attachment? And then that dynamite goes in that line and separates two things. One is an eternal soul substance and one is an influence of attachment. So this separation means acceptance of the eternal soul substance. Until now, I never realized that I'm the eternal soul substance. Then the question comes in our mind that what are we doing right now for last several weeks, several months, maybe 2-3 years and all the things. We are talking about these things and I understand this part. I understand the eternal soul substance. Acharya Bhagavan says, no, you have not understood. If I have really understood the eternal soul substance, then I will not have any attention to my influence of attachment at all. But here, I have an attachment to my grandkids, I attachment to my family. I certain don't like my body getting disease and everything. So now, in reality, I'm projecting myself to the alien objects of the universe and then just say, I'm the eternal soul substance. That is just like that parrot saying that Ram, 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 Ram. He keeps on reciting that name, but he doesn't know what Ram means. Same way, we keep on reciting, I'm the eternal soul substance, eternal soul substance, but I don't know what eternal soul substance is. Only when I do those divisions, those two divisions I create within me, one side becomes influence of attachment, other side becomes eternal soul substance. Then at that time, I have understood pure point of view. I have understood eternal soul substance.
Kirit, uncle?
Yeah.
Just the language, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We can say to create the divisibility, or we can, I think, also say recognize the indivisibility of being a pure soul.
Yeah.
Because
creation.
right now in Pariyai Drashti, that's all we see is divisibility, right?
We just see the, we have
We
made,
see separation is the normal for us.
no,
Is
I
that
mean, we have made inseparability with the alien objects of the universe.
okay?
Of course, alien objects of the universe are always separate from me. Always, my body is always separate from me. I know that part. I mean, I know in the sense, but I have put my attention to my alien object, means my body. Right now I'm hungry, okay, I got to eat. Now I'm thirsty, I got to drink. Now I have to do exercise to maintain my weight. What are all those things? They are the activity of the body that I consider as mine. So my belief has made indivisibility with the alien objects of the universe. In fact, they are separate, but we have, our faith has been directed that way and say that indivisibility with the alien objects of the universe. When the loved one passes away, I feel unhappy. When the new one new one is born in the family, I feel very happy about it. Those are my ownership on the alien objects of the universe. And you are right that we don't have to create the separation. Separation is there. We have to perceive that separation. So we are using the word creation of the separability. But you're right that we have to say we have to perceive this separability, that alien objects are separate and I am separate. That perception I had to do within me. So we can use different words. Language has limitation, so we will have to say creation, but it's not a creation. It's always there all the time. It just understanding on my part occurred right now. Understanding with experiencing it occurred. Right now, you and me, we all understand that physical body is separate from soul. Just for the parrot, we keep on saying, keep on saying, keep on saying. But in actuality, I'm not following. Yes, at certain point I do follow, certain times I follow, but my following is not that rock solid. If I did experience my eternal soul substance, then divisibility is perceived absolutely, and once it's perceived, it never goes away. In general, basically, from a substantial perspective, if we talk about it. So,
So Kirit, this alum example, this chemistry example, this separate. So our journey right now is basically kind of like just trying to look for a shop, a store where we can maybe buy the alum and then one day use it. So the process of the chemistry actually happening is not there yet. I mean, we're kind of in a search for alum.
That alum is within me only. That knowledge mode is my alum. But knowledge mode has been directed to alien objects. I just have to bring that attention to the eternal soul substance. So everything is within. I don't have to go out and look for alum. That alum is a knowledge mode. And where is a knowledge mode? Coming from knowledge attribute. Where is knowledge attribute? Sitting in the all-knower soul substance. So I am the problem and I have the solution within me. So I just have to look within. That's all we have to do it. We don't have to do anything. That's why Gurudev kept on saying, Purusharth means, personal effort means not to do anything. Not to do anything is a personal effort. Purusharth એ કંઈ ન કરવું એ તારો પુરુષાર્થ છે. I mean, and Gurudev kept on giving example. I think I remember one example. He said that there is a function going on, and there are certain people, they want to make sure everything goes by itself, by the clock, and by the schedule and everything. Certain things are going to be messed up anyway. How many marriages that you have attended that they went quote unquote flawless and perfect on time and everything? Never happens. So it is supposed to happen that way only, and these organizers, they try to change those things and try to make it proper. And so Gurudev said they are really messing up the things. Whatever way it's happening, it's happening. Don't try to change all those things. So that's the example he gives. So basically, I have solution within me. What is my solution? Look within. Look within. That's all I have to do. That's an alum. I don't have to buy alum from outside. That was an example. Remember, all the examples, wherever we give it, the word used in the scripture is called ek desh daklo. Drastant ek desh hoy che. Drastant ek desh means it is just to clarify the point that you are trying to give a principal understanding of certain thing. Then example is given, but one cannot keep on dissecting example and what if. One of my friend, one of my colleague in the Phoenix, I mean, several years back, he kept on saying that Mahavir Swami, when he was monk, and that shepherd said, "Hey Muni, take care of my cows, and I'm going to the town and come back." And when he came, the cows are not there, and shepherd become very bad, and he put the nails in the Bhagwan's ears, Muni Mahavir's ears. Now, this friend kept on saying, what if Mahavir would have said, "Hey, don't do that"? What if that guy did not go to? So there is no what if. This is the story that you are telling. Now you can't just go and dissecting what if. What if this shepherd never went to the town? What if shepherd never came to the place with the cows and everything? That's one story is there. You can't dissect those kind of things. You just have to take the meaning, what's the intended meaning. So over here, alum means not alum. Alum means the knowledge mode, my knowledge mode occurring within me, and that's the alum, right? Now, this little curved ball Acharya Bhagwan throws over here, and this is the Gurudev Kanji Swami's way of working. And, when he's driving certain points so hard, that it appears in our mind that maybe I'm becoming one track only. Then he says, wait a second. There is also other aspect also to be considered. So even though this is 11 stanza going on, Gurudev brings 14 stanza and just says, in 14 stanza, Acharya Bhagwan says pure point of view is different way, he gives different definition. And so Gurudev's idea is just go on one track, but at the same time, try to understand what are my pitfalls, where should I not get caught into it. So he does that one very brilliantly, and that's why sometimes it appears that he keeps on going and going and going and going on certain subject, but this is only because he wants to make sure that we understand this properly. Okay, so what does Gurudev say in the 14th stanza over here? In 14th stanza, it wants to show the pure point of view. Now, he just gives different aspect of pure point of view right now. Pure point of view from different aspect. For example, well, let's finish this one, then come to example. Pure point of view in 14th stanza means the mode which performs the work of knowing, and that is why the pure point of view is a mode which directs his attention to the eternal true nature of the soul. In the mode, one ends up experiencing supersensuous bliss. In first bullet over here, it says eternal true nature of the soul is called pure point of view from substance aspect. So Actually, pure point of view is a null, is a partial point of view. Partial point of view can be told in the knowledge mode only. Faith mode has certain aspect, it doesn't do the function of knowing. Conduct attribute and its mode do not do the function of knowing. Only knowledge mode, and that too only in the scriptural knowledge, in Sutagnan, there is a partial point of view occurs. So
Wait, I'm sorry, Kirit uncle. What did you just say?
Yeah.
In the knowledge mode,
yes,
that's the only mode in which you can talk about partial point of view. Is that what you said?
in the knowledge mode also Sutagnan, scriptural knowledge. Remember, knowledge can be divided into 5 parts: the perception knowledge, scriptural knowledge, clairvoyance knowledge, telepathy knowledge, and omniscience knowledge. Out of 5 knowledges that we are talking, only Sutagnan. Sutagnan means scriptural knowledge. Scriptural knowledge is only the one in which partial points of view are perceived. Nai is perceived only in Sutagnan. In Matignan, there is no Nai. Audignan, Manaparyagnan, there is no Nai. And Keval Gnan is perfect, pure knowledge. So there is no partial point of view in Keval Gnan. Only partial point of view is present in Sutagnan. So the mode of the scriptural knowledge. Now, instead of saying knowledge mode, now we are just saying specifically scriptural knowledge mode. Srutagnan ni paryay. That paryay, that mode does the function of knowing. And that is why the pure point of view is the mode. In this first bullet, it says pure point of view is substance aspect, is an eternal soul substance. But here it says pure point of view means mode which does all the functions.
So, Kirit uncle, would you say that in 14th stanza, the definition is given from the modal aspect?
Modal aspect, you are right. It is more weight is given to modal aspect because action, where is the action occurring? See, if it to complement that one, eternal soul substance is present in all the living being, right? Then does it mean that all the living being, all the negate souls and everybody has a pure point of view? Well, number one, negate soul, 1 sense living being, 2 sense living being, 3 sense, 4 sense living being, and non-sentient 5 sense living being, they don't have scriptural knowledge expressed as much. Only sentient 5 sense living being, they have the scriptural knowledge, and that's why they can have partial point of view. And that's why only in the human being or heavenly soul or infernal soul or the 5 sense sentient animals, they can
Here,
have.
uncle, are you
Yes.
saying that only Sangne Panchendriya has Shrutagnan? I thought every Jeev has Shrutagnan.
No. The most expression of the Srutagnan is in Sangni Panchendriya only. I mean, the 1 to 4 senses, they have only Matignan mainly. Srutagnan is a discriminative. So, for example, the butterfly which looks at the light and goes to the light gets attracted and gets burned out. Second butterfly does the same. Third butterfly does the same thing. Now, if it is a human being or Sangni Panchendriya Jeev, then he will see, wait a second, that one, that's a fire and somebody got burned. So now from that experience, I'm going to stay away from it. So Sutagnan will be expressed exactly only in a Sangni Panchendriya Jeev. Others, they have very, very rudimentary, very minimal, as if there is none. And that's why Samyak Darshan occurs only in the Sangni Panchendriya. Samyak darshan doesn't occur in Asami Panchandriya or 1 to 4 sense life.
But those jeev can also have, no, they can't.
No, they have knowledge. They have knowledge. But
No, my question is that a Samyak-drashti jeev will never make it to a first, second, third, or fourth Indriya jeev, right? They'll always be Sangne Panjendriya.
Now you're going to answer. Yes. Because now what has happened here, you are absolutely right. Your point is absolutely well taken. Some Sangne Panchendriyas, 5 sense sentient being who has now experiencing of the soul means he has samyak darshan. He never becomes 1 to 4 sense living being again. So Sangne Panchendriya Jeev as a human being, for example, let's say that one of us end up getting the right enlightenment, experience of the soul. Then that soul next life will be on a heavenly soul only. For example, if we just say Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami, he obtained Samyak Darshan. Then upon his demise in this world, his soul went to heavenly soul. From heavenly soul, he'll be born as a son of a Tirthankar. And in that life, Gurudev Sri's soul will bind the Tirthankar Nam Karma. From there, when he leaves the body, again he becomes the heavenly soul. And then he will descend into the earth. Earth means the Datki Khan in Magdya Kshetra, and he will come as a Tirthankar Bhagwan there. So once Sangne Panchendriya Jeev means 5 sense sentient being, he experiencing the soul means he has a Samyak Darshan, he will never become lower life at all. Even for example, if we just take example of Srenik Maharaja, who is going to be the Tirthankar in the next 24 sets of Tirthankar, he was going to be born about 84,000 years minus a couple of 2,500 years or something like that. So when he went to first hell. Why? Why did he go to first hell? Because when Srenik Maharaja was king on this earth, and his wife was Chelna, and Chelna was very religious, and that Srenik was not. And one time, one monk came to his kingdom, and Srenik Maharaja has a couple of bad guys working with him, and they were not interested in the naked monks and everything. So they told Srenik Maharaja that these are the people, these monks, they know nothing, and they are just scary people. You do something, little thing here, and then they run away and everything. So Srenik Maharaja came to those wrong suggestions. He came to the jungle and put a dead snake in the neck of Muniraj. Muniraj, he is in the 6th and 7th spiritual development stage, and that kind of a worthy soul to give teeny tiny slight discomfort, putting the dead snake in the neck. And at that time, Srenik Maharaja has a Narak Gati decided. Thereafter, he realized all the things and he became a good person, and then he obtained Samyak Darshan and everything, and he also he had a bondage of Tirthankar karma, but because he did that bad act, so he has to go to infernal existence. So he's in Narak right now. So, but again, he's a Sangne Panchendriya Jeev. So again, from there, he'll come to the earth and he'll become the first Tirthankar. So yes, Samyak Darshan Jeev will be Sangni Panchendriya, and thereafter it will take only birth in Sangni Panchendriya only. So here in the 14th stanza, what is Gurudev tells us, that he says, okay, I keep on hammering that the eternal soul substance, eternal soul substance, eternal soul substance is a pure point of view, but who has that pure point of view? When you direct attention to it, then it becomes pure point of view. In 14th stanza, they give importance to the mode, which does experiencing work. When it does experiencing work, and at that time, in the mode, there is supersensuous bliss is perceived. So it is given a lot more important to the mode where all the actions are occurring. And so we have to have this kind of a understanding.
So, Kirit uncle, can I ask you a question? Let me, I don't know if I can explain this. When we get a daklo for dahan, for fire and wood,
Yes.
And we got a daklo for alum, like
Yes.
fatakani and separation of dirt and water. In the first daklo from 6th stanza, fire and wood, it seems to me that that is being said from what you're calling the pure point of view substance aspect. And then the fatakani example is what you're calling the pure point of view modal aspect. Does that make any sense?
Yes and no, because the alum aspect is a modal aspect for sure. Yes, that's true. And that the first one is, if you take fire alone, fire has a capacity to burn. Yes, okay, you can just say that, okay, I understand which point you are coming from. Fire has a capacity to burn. Any substance which has capacity to get burned. So if the fire is there, but when the wood comes, the wood starts getting burned. But if you asbestos, nothing happens to asbestos. So fire has a capacity to burn. Eternal soul substance is eternal soul substance. Now, over here, when we say alum, means modal aspect does the work to just illuminate that, okay, here is an eternal soul substance that I'm showing it to you, So it is kind of not exact the definition of substance aspect and a modal aspect. Modal aspect probably works pretty good with this alum, but fire and wood, probably we had to stretch imagination to just put it together that way, But at least we got the idea that when we give work is same. This is work. This is the eternal soul substance. This is my mode, and mode is doing an action of knowing. So mode end up knowing eternal soul substance. So eternal soul substance is illuminated. Period.
So, because Kirtanko, I want to understand a different way. So then, Kanji Swami gave daklo for this for this concept, pure point of view from the substance aspect in a dakla.
He doesn't use too many examples, because what he says that actually if you can give example on a thing which is an equivalent thing available in this universe. For example, I can say I'm black compared to a white person, but I am somewhat whiter compared to a Negro person. So that comparison has to be there. Now, soul, eternal soul substance is unique by itself, and there is no other substance is having that much uniqueness. That what example can you give? Can you say that when you get a supersensuous bliss is 1,000 times better than what you have the happiness occurring, transient happiness occurring right now, or million times more than a transient happiness you are experiencing now? No, there are two apples and oranges, two separate things are there. So there is no way you can compare those things. So if you go to Gurudev's literature, very, very few examples will be given, because he says there are nothing to compare to. There is no comparison that I can show it to you, It's a hardcore philosophy he keeps on hitting. And then we have to understand in our own way. And yeah, if we end up coming with some example and everything, the examples are to solidify your principle. So,
thank you. I'm reminded. I understand that I don't understand. Okay.
That's right. That's right. Good. Good. Good way of putting it in. So in the 14th stanza, it gives importance to the mode. In the 11th stanza, it gives importance to the eternal soul substance. So it just reminds us that, hey, you know what? When you talk eternal soul substance, don't forget that action is occurring in the mode, and mode is there. Mode is not to be totally ignored. What's his name? Nihalchand Soganiji, who had a Samyak Darshan, and he wrote down Dravya Drashti Prakash, and he only attached everything. His Dravya Drashti Prakash means only eternal soul substance he talks, nothing more, nothing less. That's it, only eternal soul substance. And then somebody asked that, what about the modes though? What happens to the mode? He says, yeah, I know mode is there, but mode is so much engrossed in the eternal soul substance, so much engrossed that mode has no way to live in its own independent state. That kind of importance he has given to eternal soul substance. But Gurudev has kept view open on both the sides that yes, modes are there to be made secondary, but again, they are within me. You can't say that I don't have mode, I don't have rag and everything. I have it. So, yes, that example I was telling before this bullet. Gurudev has one cousin brother called Fawabai in Surat. I don't know if you heard this name or not, but anyway, this guy is a very innocent guy, very happy-go-lucky person and all the thing. So he comes to Songarh to listen to Gurudev's lectures and everything. And one day he got so confused. So he told Gurudev, see, in the morning I thought I understood everything what you taught, and in afternoon you turned the table around and you just made me confused so much. So tell me what is right thing. In morning you just said, in Samaysar class you said, rag doesn't belong to the eternal soul substance. Rag has no place in the soul. Rag is considered as a matter. Rag is considered non-living. All this description Gurudev gave in Samaysar class. In the afternoon class was Panchastika or something, or Pravachansar or whatever the class was, and in which now Gurudev says, rag belongs to me, rag belongs to the soul and everything. So this guy gets totally confused. He says, I don't know what to make out of it. If we understand what perspective Gurudev is using, and that is our responsibility to understand what perspective sentence is coming from. And that's why 11th stanza made those divisions extremely nicely for us. What is an absolute point of view? What's a convention point of view? Right now, if let's say that I'm amongst lots of other people, and they have the what is it? Ice breaking ceremony going on, and they ask me who I am. Now, looking at the atmosphere there and everything, I'm going to say I'm Kirit Gosalia. Knowing that I'm the eternal soul substance, has an attachment with this body, and my body is transient in nature, and I'm not going to say those things to those people. So I'm going to use my sense and say whatever situation is there, I'm going to express myself that way. Internally, I should know who I am. Internally, we should be aware of it. So those are the things we have to think about in this bullet. Then coming, process of observation of the eternal true nature of the soul occurs in the mode. Remember, where is the process occurring? Where is the action occurring? Action is occurring in the mode. still the observer mode does not enter the soul substance and vice versa. This point we have discussed at great length in stanza 6. This is a mirror. This mode is a mirror. If this is the alien objects, then alien objects get illuminated in my mode. And at the same time, I'm the eternal soul substance. My eternal soul substance, me as the eternal soul, is also getting illuminated. So in this mode, in the knowledge mode, two things are getting illuminated: alien objects of the universe and eternal soul substance of the soul substance. Both are getting illuminated. So this knowledge mode does the function of knowing. What does it know? It knows that there is an illumination of the alien objects as well as the eternal soul substance. So all the action occur in the mode. So second bullet says observer mode does the work, but observer mode does not enter the eternal soul substance, and eternal soul substance does not enter the observer mode. It just the illumination of the eternal soul substance is the observer mode. And that one we have done with that peacock picture and all the things. So now we know that point very, very well. So there is not much to be discussed in this one. That soul substance remains a soul substance, mode remains as mode. They maintain their independence. Mode also is its own independence. Soul has its own independence. Infinite attributes, they have their own independence. So in spite of they living together, they maintain their individuality. We are different people living in this country. As long as we all remain, we all observe rules and regulation of this country, then there is an independence for me and you and everybody to act whatever way you want to do it. You want to eat 10 times a day, or you don't want to eat at all. You want to do fasting for 8 days, you want to do fasting. Nobody can come and bother you or force you. So that kind of thing that we have to understand, that even though we are living in one country as a unity, but still there is diversity present. Same in the soul substance, all the unity is there. Soul substance is one indivisible thing, but still in infinite attributes, they act in their own way, and the modes, they act on their own way. So mode does not enter eternal soul substance, and eternal soul substance does not enter the mode. Only eternal soul substance illumination is present in the mode, and when the mode illuminates the eternal soul substance, then the mode by itself produces supersensuous bliss. Supersensuous bliss is also produced in this mode right now. Now,
Kirit uncle, just say that last sentence again, because that was good. I like you put it all together.
So now your mode has supersensuous blisses. Illumination occurred here, right, in the mode.
Right.
And when my attention is now directed to this eternal soul substance's illumination and made the alien objects of the universe a secondary, my attention is drawn over here. Then as a result of this one, in the mode, supersensuous bliss is generated.
So so put your hand back up. So that's your mode.
Yeah.
You have both illumination of alien object and your supersensuous soul.
Supersensuous bliss, yeah, supersensuous soul, yes.
Right?
So, I mean soul, eternal soul, yes.
Eternal soul. So now, when in that mode, if your soul is focused on the knowledge of the supersensuous soul, then
no. Yeah, I think you need to put a proper wording. See, illumination occurred, two illuminations occurred.
Right, the two alert that I got.
This knowledge has a capacity of self-illumination and alien illumination. Two illuminations occur. Now, this mode does two functions in the two things are happening. One is illumination and second is knowing the same illumination. So this mode is doing the function of knowing at the same time. Illumination occurs and knowing occurs. Both the things are occurring in the present mode. And once that knowing occurs, where is my attention focused? To alien objects or eternal soul substance? When its eternal soul substance is given the importance, primary importance, then the bliss also occurs at the same time within.
So in the mode, if the focus is on the eternal soul substance,
yeah,
in that one mode during the illumination, then Samyak Jnana occurs.
the Samyak Jnana occurs, and at the same time it's called supersensuous bliss occurs. At the same time, conduct mode is also there, and all infinite modes are present at the time. All these infinite attributes are represented in the form of a mode. Mode is one, but in that mode, one mode, if you dissect this indivisible one mode, but if you dissect it, that all the infinite attributes are represented in the form of a mode in this present mode. And that is called Avibhag Pratiched. Avibhag Pratiched means indivisibility of the present mode in which everything, all the attributes are getting, all the attributes, their modes are present in the form of single mode.
Okay.
We cannot have infinite modes of infinite attributes occurring in a given time. In a given time, only one mode, but that one mode is a composite of all the infinite attributes modes presentation.
Okay. Yeah, that's right, because all the attributes are indivisible anyway. So,
Right? Good.
okay.
So now, Mithyadrashti Jeev, wrong believer, always takes refuge in the alien objects or the attachment state, alien attachment state. He takes refuge in the instrumental cause, increase of attachment, and in the modes. Remember, wrong believer, where is his attention? His attention is to the mode, his attention to the instrumental cause, his attention to the increase of attachment and aversion, and he also has attachment to the mode. So he has a modal aspect present, wrong believer. Then this type of inclination leads him to infernal, means narak, and the lowest form of life, means nigod. When I keep on having my attention drawn to the modal aspect, whatever happens in modal aspect, transitory aspect, and also the alien objects, when my attention is directed that way, then ultimately this soul will end up going to infernal soul, or ultimately it will go to the nigod, also lowest form of life, where it's going to stay there for 2.5 Pudgal Paravartan, which is an extreme long time. So, Acharya Bhagavan says, we give you only two choices. Either you realize your soul, and within short time you go to nirvana, or you continue your modal aspect and end up going to the lowest form of life for extremely long time. Choice is yours. There are only two choices. There are no third choices. Now, a sane person will understand what is my real nature, where is my money's worth, what shall I do, all those things. I have to decide myself. Nobody's going to tell me what I should do. Yeah, suggestions are there, doesn't mean that I have to accept it. If I understand, I like it, it's only for me, it's my benefit, then I accept it and go for it. The enlightened person, what happens with the enlightened person? The enlightened person takes refuge in the eternal true nature of the soul. Then He still does not have complete purity of the state. He just brought the attention to the eternal soul substance. It's still purity is occurring in a step by step, but a faith is only two-way street, either to the eternal soul substance or to the alien object of the universe. There is no third part of the faith. So faith, when it's brought to the eternal soul substance, that means I become the enlightened person. I become an enlightened person, but still I have some impurity present within me. And that gradually I'm going to work on those impurity step by step. I'm going to work on this impurity and remove those impurities from me. There is still presence of some minor increase of attachment state present in the mode. Remember, increase of attachment, if we just go through the deluding karma state, there are 28 subdivisions of deluding karma is there, out of which when the samyak darshan occurs, only 7 part of those 28 divisions are gone. 21 divisions are still present, but this first part going away after the samyak darshan, at the time of samyak darshan, means major of the chunk is gone. Yes, 21 subdivisions are present, but they are very puny. You just push them and they can get out of it. So major chunk is gone as soon as samyak darshan occurs. So this minor inclines of attachment which are still present, but enlightened soul knows that they are present, and enlightened soul does not have ownership of those inclines of attachment. Here I am in the wrong believer state, and this phone is mine, and if somebody touches that one, I'm going to be mad. I'm not going to like it. So that kind of attachment I have it. The Samkiti Jeev, the enlightened person, he still has minor inclines of attachment present, but he doesn't have ownership on it. He says, this is my weakness, I have to work on this weakness, and I'll make this weakness go away gradually, slowly, with my own personal effort intensification. He is aware of this situation, mean asuddhata no khyal che. He is aware of this impurity within him. So, enlightened soul knows that he has some minor impurities present within him, and he is aware of it, and he still consistently work on it to take it out. Therefore, takes refuge in the eternal soul substance, but is aware of the presence of minor inclinations of attachment state. So this soul, he has an attention focused to the, remember attention is two-way only, so attention is focused to the eternal soul substance, and minor impurities are present for which he is aware of it, and he's trying to work on it with his personal effort. He's going to intensify those efforts, and ultimately he will remove those things. He makes constant effort to remove those impurities. So this is the difference between a wrong believer and right believer, and that's really explains to us where I am, what I should do, how I should do it, and what's the process and everything. Process is, Acharya Bhagavan says, process is nothing. Process is just remove your attention, that's all. Attention removal is only the process. Means when I have the doership on the alien objects of the universe, I have oneness with the alien objects of the universe. I believe that they are mine, and I belong to them and they are mine. That attention has to be removed. Yes, if one is a enlightened person, he still has a house, he still has a family, he still has a kid, he still goes to work, but internally he knows that he's separate from all these things, and he has to concentrate within as much as possible, so all this attachment, they automatically start reducing in intensity. So those are the things that we learned so far, and we'll be going for more about it later on. I know we are supposed to do for 90 minutes, but today is already at your place is 11, 10, 15, 15 past 10 or something. So shall we stop over here, and next time we'll start 8:30 your time.
That would be great.
So 8:30 will be Eastern time, will be 5:30 Phoenix time, means a West Coast time. And Chirag, what is going to be your time?
Your 5:30 means my 6.
4:30 for him.
No.
No, I'm in
Sorry,
Texas.
he's 1 hour behind Eastern.
I'm just 1 hour behind New York. That's it.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, I think 5:30 my time will be 7:30 Chirag.
7:30 my time. That's right.
8:30 is New York.
Central time. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any question? If you have, we can just discuss those things. You know, lots of things are getting repeated again and again. And when we go in the Bhavat section, same thing will come. Remember, when we are in the first grade, I mean, I'm talking my first grade, not your first grade over here. I mean, you know, but when I was in the first grade, the teacher told us that write down number 1, and I wrote down. Then he says, keep on writing number one again and again. For 15 days, he does the same thing to us. And I kept on become sick and tired and all those things. I said, what is next? He says, no, you keep on doing this one. It becomes so much repetition that ultimately it becomes second nature, that even in the dream today, if I have to write 1, number 1 will be written as number 1 only and not in any other way. So same way, Gurudev keeps on saying that you understand. I mean, if you understand, things are done. But because we have this time infinite in the past, we have put our attention to the alien object. What is time infinite in the past? Absolute long time. And sometimes when we have time, we'll be talking about the Panch Paravartan. And that will give the enormity of the time, how much infinity means. But right now, with that infinite time, we have done the wrong belief. And to take the wrong belief out, we have to keep on hammering again and again and again, and until it becomes second nature for us, you know. So don't get frustrated, not frustrated, but at least we are doing such a great job right now that at this stage, sitting in our own home, we have a choice of learning the right thing. And this time is very short in our life. I mean, whatever 20, 30, 40, 50 years we have life. In that life, we have to achieve some darshan. We have to do the unimaginable things that we are going to do it, and we will do it. There is no doubt about it. And so that's why we are doing all this. Okay. All right. Any questions?
Kirit bhai?
Yeah.
મારે એક સ્ટેટમેન્ટ કરવાનું છે.
હા, શું કરો?
પ્રીતિબેન અને ચિરાગભાઈને મને મારે અભિનંદન કરવા છે કે એમના જે સવાલો આવે છે એનાથી મને ઘણી તૃપ્તિ થાય છે, મીન્સ મને ફાયદો થાય છે. સવાલો કરતા રહો ને મારું જ્ઞાન વધારતા રહો.
Chirag and Ankit keep me on my toes, you know, so I have to be very careful, and that's good. I mean, you know, that's really nice that we can ask questions, and again, you know, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes too, and right away, you know, talking about mistake and everything, I'm taking a small kids class, 5 to 10 year of age kids class from Boston area and everything. And something I said, one kid was so alert. He says, no, uncle, it's like this. And I said, oh my God, a 5-year-old kid has to tell me that, hey, you know, I was making mistake. And it was, I was reading the story, and I was telling something not belonging to the picture that I was showing them. But anyway.
સોય તો મારા જેવાને ખબર પણ મને તો હજી તો ક્રેડિટ નથી થતી હોતી. એટલે હું જયા કરું છું પણ આ બધા આવે છે તો મને ફાયદો થાય છે.
That's good.
તો આ મારો મારો ઉત્સવ કિરીટ અંકલ લીધે આવ્યો છે કે એમને આપણામાં so Kirit uncle is doing a great service to us and for future generations. I think if it's possible, I have tried to ask other people that have some interest to join on Tuesdays. And if you find someone that you think may be interested, please just ask them and maybe they'll start joining. Because these are wonderful, beautiful lectures that, you know, many people can benefit from.
Definitely it is. I would like to your connection and Pratibha's connection because some things I would like to know from you too. અને કિરીટભાઈ તો ડેફિનેટલી મારા માટે તો ગુરુ સમજ છે કે
my ego is now going sky high, so please be careful now. You know, I mean, I'm you know, no problem. Chala, that's very good.
હાઈક થઈ જવા એવા નથી પણ તમારામાં જે જ્ઞાન જે વસેલું છે તે તમે જે અમને આપી રહ્યા છો તે તમારી ઘણી ઘણી કૃપા છે અને આનાથી અમને થોડું વધારે સમજ પડે છે. હું તો કઈ હજુ ધરી શકે એવી હાલતમાં જ નથી. હું તો હવે તમારી પાસે કયા કરું છું કે મને નથી સમજાતું
નથી સમજાતું એ સમજણ પડી એ ઇટ્સ અ બિગ સમજ એ બિગ સમજ.
ચલો તો હું બધાને રજા લઉં છું. મને
જાવાણી કે જ્ઞાન સે સુજેલો કાલો સોવાણી મસ્તક નમો સદા દેત હું ધામ. 9 times નમો કા મંત્ર. જય જિનેન્દ્ર. મિચ્છામિ દુક્કડમ. Thank you.
બધા બાય.
Jai Jinesh.
જય જિનેન્દ્ર. બાય. જય